Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk Plasti dip. Let's talk about blacking out some of the badges on this vehicle. Hey, what do you think? I think it came out pretty well. So in today's video, I'm gonna talk about Plasti dip. I'm gonna talk about how I went from a very beginner and very frustrated with Plasti dip, and by the end of this experience, I feel like I really know what I'm doing. And of course, I watched about 10 different YouTube videos to help me out with that as well. I'll explain to you why I decided to use Plasti dip instead of the layovers, which at least for Toyota, you can actually go to the dealership. For about $100, you can get the layovers, which look really good and apparently perform really well. In other words, they stick on and don't come off. I ended up going with Plasti dip. I'll explain to you why today. And at the end of the video, we are gonna run this through the car wash and see how it does. I finished the Plasti dipping yesterday, so we'll see how it does today in the car wash. All right, friends, so first, let's back up a couple steps. Why did I choose Plasti dip? Well, for the platinum level, this badge right here, Toyota does not make an overlay. It looked like there may have been some aftermarket ones, but even those were very hard to get my hands on, and the reviews were saying that they didn't quite fit just right. So I figured I'd go with the Plasti dip, try it out. Worst case scenario, don't forget Plasti dip, it's kind of like a rubberized paint. So at any time, if I want to take this paint off, it comes off relatively easily. And by the way, I do know that it comes off relatively easily because this one right here took me 3 tries. So I would get frustrated, it would get a little bit blotchy, which I'll explain a little bit more in a minute. And then I would end up peeling the whole thing off. Took about just 3, 4, 5 minutes to peel it off. I would take a few deep breaths and start over again. So I'll dive into those details in just a moment. But let's just kind of take a look and see how it looks. By the way, I was thinking I could pretty easily do the mirror caps if I wanted them in black. If you are a subscriber to this channel, you know that I've already changed these out from the chrome that they come with into this colored match. So I think they look pretty good like that. So there's one of the badges. And of course, there's the 4x4. And that is not Plasti dip, that is the inlays that come with the truck, or you can buy them from Toyota or aftermarket for about $100 or less, depending on where you're gonna get it from. And of course, there's our other badge over here. So the overall big picture, if you are not familiar with this channel, is that we're gonna get this Tundra. This is a 2021. And try to go for more of a TRD Pro look. In other words, we're gonna get rid of the chrome, put some suspension on it, put some wheels and tires on it, kind of do that thing. So far as the chrome delete goes, we've done the mirrors, now we've done some of the badges, and we will continue from here. Hey, let's go take a look at some of the Plasti dipping. Materials, obviously we need a can of our Plasti dip, which is right here. Everything I have here, by the way, I'll put links to all of this down in the description below. So there's our Plasti dip. I'll just need 1 can today. And of course, I've got a mask there, some blue painter's tape. Make sure you're using that kind of tape. And I'm gonna use some paper here. You could also use newspapers or something else. We're just gonna use that to mask off our area. I've got a nice clean rag and some isopropylene rubbing alcohol, if I'm saying that correctly. And we're gonna use that to make sure that we get a really nice clean area before we start to use the Plasti dip. And I'm gonna put some gloves on and some long sleeve shirts as well. One more tip to consider is a nice bucket of warm water. And we're gonna put the Plasti dip in there for about 10 minutes to warm up. I'm also gonna be wearing a respirator while I do this project. I went ahead and used the rubbing alcohol in that rag to really make sure that I clean the emblem and that surrounding area. So here you can see I've left a good solid inch all the way around this badge. That's really gonna be helpful when it's time to peel off the Plasti dip. So make sure, I see a lot of people who are trying to put the tape right next to their badge. That's a mistake, it'll make it a lot harder to get it off. Okay, so I've masked off this area. If we go about a foot around each one of the badges, I think that will be perfect. Take your time on this part. That way you don't have to clean up a whole bunch of overspray at the end of this. Spending that extra 10 minutes will make the end of this project really easy. So now I've got my Plasti dip and it has been sitting in warm water. And I'm gonna start with the first of 6 layers that I'm gonna put on here. I have heard some other people on YouTube doing as few as 2 or 3. I think it's a mistake. Let's go ahead and put on our 6. So here's what we're gonna do is, the first layer I'm gonna put on, I'm gonna kind of work my way from the bottom, kind of shooting up in an upwards direction. The second one we'll do from the top down, just a little bit, right? A little bit of an angle, and then we'll do it from the right. From the left, we'll do 1 or 2 straight on. So we'll end up with 5 or 6. I think I'm gonna shoot for 6 different coats. I've got a full can right here, and I only have 3 badges that need to be done. So that's gonna be more than enough product. So let's go ahead and do number 1. Now, I've shaken this up, and again, the warm water really helps a lot. So make sure you put it in warm water, not scalding hot, nope, but just warm water. And what we're gonna do is just do a little test over here. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then when we go to paint it, we don't wanna start in the middle of this badge. We're gonna start all the way to the side. Also, we wanna have a nice thick layer all the way at the corners. So we are gonna paint that part of the truck. And the idea is that when that gets nice and thick and it dries, we'll be able to peel that off really, really easy. All right, here we go for layer number 1. Now again, I'm gonna do this one a little bit from the top down. Wow, that was an epic fail. Look at all these little black blotches down here, and this was all over the badge as well. I ended up wiping it totally clean on the badge and on the truck and wiping all that off. Now I'm gonna go put this can back in warm water, not the scalding hot, warm water. I'm gonna keep it in there for 20 minutes and see if that helps. Okay, here's try number 2. I've warmed up the bottle pretty good. Again, let's do a little test patch over here. Oh my gosh, that was another fail. Well, listen, I have good news. It does work out. Here's what I ended up doing. I did this setup right here, and I put this on warm water, somewhere between warm and hot, not scalding hot. And I did this, and then I'd shake the can, put it back in here for 10 minutes, shake the can again, and I just made sure that I warmed up that product. So I took a lot of time doing it, and I was really just about to give up. And here you can see now I've put on 4 different coats, and it's coming out smooth. It looks great. I've done 1 coat kind of pointing from the top down, 1 from the bottom up, 1 from the left. Now I'm going to do another one from the right. But you can see here it's nice and smooth. So take your time, warm up that water. Don't try to rush that step. And next, I'll put on another 1 or 2 coats, waiting about 20 minutes for it to dry between each one of these coats. Okay, so now I've waited 40 minutes after my final coat, and I'm peeling it away. By the way, I tried it after like 25 minutes to peel it away. It didn't want to break apart from the emblem as easily. So make sure you go ahead and wait like 45 minutes or maybe even more than that before you start peeling the Plexi dip away from the actual emblem. But it came out pretty nice, and I took my time on this part too and really kind of did it step by step. So as you can see from the Plasti dipping, I really was getting frustrated in the beginning. And again, let me repeat that putting the can in hot water, just what you use in the sink, and keeping it in there. In other words, when you use the product, put it back into that bucket of warm/hot water each time and just kind of keep it in there as much as you can. That was the huge game changer for me, and it just made all the world of a difference. And now that I've done that, it really came out pretty smooth. So now that we know why I did Plasti dip, the concern is that Plasti dip you can peel off at any time, but how durable is it? And I've seen some different perspectives. I've seen some people say it peeled off pretty quickly. I've seen other people say that if you clean it and prep it, like you saw me do, and you really make sure it's clean, and you put lots of layers on it, which I ended up doing 6, I think it was actually 7, that it can last for a long time. You can do things like go through the car wash and these type of things. So we'll see how it goes, but let's go run this truck through the car wash and let's take another look. So we'll take a close look at this badge right here before the car wash. Just kind of see how it came out. But again, I think it came out really, really well. All right, let's go clean it up. Okay, we are straight out of the car wash, and as you can see, the badges look fantastic. No problem whatsoever on durability. And again, follow those couple tips that I showed there, and then also watch like 10 YouTube videos, pick up some more tricks there. But I think it came out absolutely fantastic. I couldn't be happier. I actually think it looks a lot better than some of the inlays. So way to go Plasti dip, and I guess way to go me. Let's go take a look at the other badges. There's the 4x4. You can see the truck is literally still wet from the car wash. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And for those of you saying, how could I bring this brand new truck through the car wash? look, I am a family man, 3 kids, a dog. This truck will be going through the car wash. This truck will be going off-road. We will be doing some dunes. We will be doing some sand. We will be doing all kinds of fun stuff. But I can tell you this truck will not be babied. Well taken care of? I think so. But as far as the car wash goes, honestly, we're gonna run this thing through the car wash once a week. We'll see what happens. I'll give you the reviews. Hey guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I've got about 10 to 15 different videos on this Tundra as we sort of transform it from a platinum level, something towards a TRD Pro. We will be working on wheels, tires, suspension, and of course we will finish off to get rid of some of that chrome. Next up is the door handles. These are the electric door handles, meaning that you can put your hand in there and they unlock and lock. So it's a little bit more complicated, so I'm still trying to work that one out. Probably be going over to Sparks Parts, buying some door handles, and I'll see about installation. All right, friends, hey, make it a great day, and we'll see you next time.